So in this video, I'm going to show you really quick how to Heli coil that. Hey guys, Machines and Metal. We're just working on one of these Honda GCV 160 on a Husqvarna 7021P mower. And a very common problem with these engines, it's not a big problem, but it's common, I've run into it a lot, is when you go to loosen off the recoil, one of these three studs will usually, if the nut is kind of seized to these threads, it'll spin the entire stud out like that, and it'll come off with the recoil and the gas tank caught in between. These two usually come off no problem, but for some reason this one, don't know why, tends to want to get stuck. So you have to end up loosening this off, separate it from the recoil and the gas tank, and then reinstall it, and then put it back together and be smart, put a little anti-seize on them so that when you take it apart again, you don't have the same problem. But this problem today that I'm dealing with, guys, goes a little further than that. You probably just noticed it's stripped. So there's a little post under here that the coil sits on top of. So you got to loosen the second coil bolt like that. If you take this out of the way, you'll see there's the post. Now that one's good. You can see the threads down inside. That one's bad. That one's stripped out down there. So you can see the threads are down low in that one, down at the bottom. And this is long, so it actually reaches right down. See, it dropped in like that, and it catches down at the bottom. But those are stripped. Now, I guess if you can't bolt the coil down with two bolts, you run the risk of the coil, if you tighten just one side, you run the risk of the coil shifting and hitting the flywheel, which is no good. So a lot of shops will just tell you this motor's done. It's cooked, it's garbage. Bah, we don't believe that. We're going to fix it. I just ordered from Amazon this little Heli Coil Kit. It's I think a 6mm. I'll put a link in the description so that you can order one too. It was about 10 bucks. It came with the installation tool, and it came with, I think, about 12 Heli coils, the little ones we need, the little 6mm to fit that. So here's one right here, guys, and I just tested it. I threaded my, oh, that's the wrong, that's this end. I threaded this in, and it threads in just right. There you go. See, you got your little Heli coil. So in this video, I'm going to show you really quick how to Heli coil that. Okay guys, so I'm going to try and do this. I'm just going to unplug this coil to get it out of the way, because it's kind of in the way and it's annoying me. So it's gone. Alright, so the kit came with the top, and the kit also came with the drill bit. So what this system is designed to do is you actually use this drill bit and you drill this hole out. Obviously you don't want to go too far. You want to just drill out the old threads, and then you take this top and you run it down inside and you retop the hole with these new threads, and then you take that Heli coil that I was showing you, which is right here, and with this little tool, guys, this Heli coil and this little tool, you thread this down inside the hole, and it will create a new set of threads for your stud to lock into. This works 90% of the time. Sometimes you'll screw it up if you don't do it right, but let's give it a try. We got half an hour here, and I want to fix this mower so I can sell it. The rest of it works, so I'm just going to take my drill and that bit, and I'm going to gently just drill out what's left of those threads without drilling too far. It's aluminum, so it's going to drill nice and easy. Pretty close. That's about it. All right, that part's done. Took all of 10 seconds. Now we're gonna take this little, actually first what we're gonna do, guys, we're just gonna blow out the filings. There you go. And then I'm gonna just dribble in a little bit of the badger piss. I'll put a link to that. This stuff is amazing. I use it all over the place. Bicycles, lawnmowers, cars, trucks, vans, blowers, chainsaws. Tri-flow. check the description for the link. You will not be disappointed. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this in. It's going to be kind of tricky because the flywheel's in the way. You should probably take the flywheel off to do this, but we don't have time for that. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do this without taking the flywheel off. So you just want to start your top and feel it's actually starting real nice. Yeah, we're pretty close, guys. We don't want to go too much further. We don't want to break this off because then we're really screwed. That's a bad day. I think, yeah, we're there. It's pretty. I can feel it's kind of pretty much hit the stop there. So let's spin this out. Got a nice threaded hole now. You'll be able to see all the material see all that material, guys. Oops. See all that material that the top is taken out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just blow that hole out one more time. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but if you look down inside, see she's all threaded. The next size up, I don't know what size that would be, 8 mil maybe, 7 mil, but anyway, doesn't matter. Now, obviously now, the post is going to be really loose in there. Yeah, it kind of bites. Oh, sorry, I got the Heli coil on the bottom. Take the Heli coil off. Yeah, you can see now it's totally larger. So there's two ways you can do this, guys. You could probably just thread it in like I just did, but that's not the way to do it. If it comes with the tool, you want to take the tool, and the little Heli coil goes on the tool like that. See that? And then you want to drop this in there. And if I haven't done this for a while, I think we spin it backward or we spin it forwards, and it'll catch that thread. Then you turn it down inside. Now you got to kind of figure out how deep you want it to go, and not go, end up in the right spot. I'm just looking in there, and I can see where the little shoulder ends, where the threads start and finish, and we're close. And the Heli coil's gotten tight. It doesn't want to turn in anymore. So let's not push our luck. Let's leave it right there. Okay, so we just want to use a little Loctite, guys. Here's some red. We don't want this to turn out again. We kind of want it to lock in there. So we just put a little dabby dab like that. And now we just want to thread this down inside, but don't forget to put your coil in between. That's important. Coil sits there. And we're just gonna look at that. Look at that. It's threading in. There's our other coil bolt right there. And these are 10 mil. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this here business card in between the coil and the flywheel, so it gaps. Put it in just like that. And then we're going to tighten this one. And then we're going to use our little 10 mil ratchet wrench to tighten this one. And you don't want to go crazy tight because you're going to strip it again. But you just want to go into, oh, she's tightening up. It's feeling good. Right about there. And again, you don't want to go too crazy. Right there. Okay. Hook your little kill cable back up. Plug your spark plug back in. And pull out your little card. And there you have it. It's fixed. Now you can go back to doing your recoil repair or whatever it was you were trying to do when this went askew on you. There you go. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can see that. Let me put you guys there. And then throw this guy on top. And then take these nuts that came off, and I would recommend you put just a dab of Never Seas on there so you don't run into this problem again, because this, like I said, is kind of common with this particular engine. Put your 3 nuts back on and you're in business. That's it. Machines and Metal. Hit subscribe. See some more videos about stuff like this. Catch you on the next one.